Part 1 of the book is called Awaken. What is this about?
The Awaken is the first part of the book. It's got 3 chapters. I'll go into those in a moment. But the concept behind it, I call liberating genius. I believe everybody has a genius. Everybody has something that they do at a level which is not just above the norm, it's kind of exponentially above the norm. Where an example would be where I want to send a message to my clients, but I'm really struggling to formulate the message. And then I ask Cindy, who's brilliant at doing that, to formulate that message. And she comes back in 5 minutes with something that I couldn't have come back with in a week, because it's her genius. And so the idea here is, as leaders, it's our job to awaken the genius in ourselves and others. And that's really what this whole section is about. It's liberating, setting that genius free, aligning it with what we're trying to do, aligning it with achieving the results, the bottom line, the change that we're looking for, the depth that we're looking for in our people, the goals we want to achieve, the vision that we want to fulfill, the culture we want to develop. We want to liberate the genius to align with that. And so for that purpose, we have 3 chapters: call, followed by build, followed by release.
The first chapter in the Awaken part of the book is called Call. How does this matter to leaders?
The call chapter is all about the initial identification of genius in ourselves and others, and calling people out for what they see. One of the things is that there are many, many tools we could use, because very often people don't know where their genius lies, where their talents lie. There's a lot of ignorance, and there are many tools we can use, and it doesn't mean you have to have a tool, but there are a variety of tools that we can use to try and draw out the uniqueness of each person. And one of the tools that I know best is something called StrengthsFinder, the Clifton StrengthsFinder. And the Clifton StrengthsFinder ranks of 34 different talent themes, your number 1 stack ranked to your number 34, which means that if you take, for example, the top 5 in sequence, there are 33 million possible combinations, and that's just the top 5, not the full 34. In other words, it really points towards uniqueness. It's not just kind of putting you into one of 4 boxes or something like that. It's not a boxing exercise. We're trying to draw out where is a natural talent that almost can feel supernatural. One of the things I've discovered when I coach people is that very often the one they struggle to identify with the most is their top one, which is kind of their top 3% of who they are. It's that powerful. And yet they really struggle to fully identify with it, because it's so close to them that they think it's normal and easy and natural for everybody to do. And what we do in this call chapter is we try to help people to identify what are their areas of genius. Where do they have natural talent that other people don't have? And it gets even more specific, because even if you had 2 people with the same number 1 talent, they're still going to look different. And we need to get right into what is the unique genius of each person. And I truly believe everybody has it. And the call chapter is delving into that from a variety of different angles.
The second chapter in the Awaken part of the book is called Build. Can you tell us more?
Talent is not enough. We need to build it. So, for example, we talk about often a talent has a basement version and a balcony version. And very often we find ourselves in the basement version, where we have not dealt with our baggage. We have not invested in adding knowledge and adding skill. But the biggest component of build by far is mindset, because it's the mindsets and the limiting beliefs that hold us back. And so it's the talent times the investment, to quote Gallup, that creates the strength. And a strength is not just something we do well. A strength is something that makes us feel alive, intelligent, in flow, sharp, agile. That's creative. That's really what a strength is. And so what we want to try and do is awaken that in people, so that they can learn how to take that thing and apply it to their role, apply it to the goals that are being set, apply it to the outcome that we're looking for. And so it's this process of building that knowledge, skill, mindsets, beliefs, so that they can fully embody and embrace and bring that to their teams, to their clients, to their jobs, to their goals.
The third chapter in the Awaken part of the book is called Release. You have called release the goal of leadership. Why?
The release chapter is just that. It's about release. It's about launch. Now, many leaders who want to control everything, they do not want to release their people. But I would venture that the ultimate goal of leadership is always release or launch, just like the ultimate goal of parenting is release or launch. And we do not want a failure to launch. We do not want, 40 or 50-year-old children who've never managed to step into their own space. And it's the same with leadership. Now, the fear that many of the controlling leaders have is based on, but can I trust them to do what I need them to do? But if you followed the call and the build process correctly, then your people have reached a place where they know what to do, they know how to do it, they know how to apply their genius to it, and they are motivated to do it, and they are confident they can do it. And when all of that has happened, they have the mindset that you can with confidence release them, because they will actually do it better than you can, because they are applying their unique genius to it. And that's really what the release is about. So there's a lot of preparation. We don't just release a newbie. You prepare people, get them to the balcony versions of who they are, and release that into the roles that they play. That, of course, generates new leaders as well. It's not just generating great workers. It's actually generating people who have done the inner work of self-leadership so that they can then lead others too.